What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah. We in this thing. I know yesterday, y'all was short. Don't get on my neck. Don't get on my head top about it. Y'all got shorted on videos yesterday. That's my bad. I had some club obligations that I had to take care of without saying too much. So I'm gonna work overtime to make that right with y'all today. So at the end of the day, those who tune in to watch these videos, every time I pump them out, we building something. It's not a me thing. Yeah, I'm the one putting the work in and all the other stuff, but guess what? You the one that sit there, you watch my videos, you subscribe, you thumbs up, you comment. That's time out of your day. You could be doing anything else. So one thing here, you're not going to ever feel unappreciated because I understand people's time is precious and it's not to be wasted. So I'm never going to let myself get too big where I don't stop for a moment and say thank you and appreciate y'all for what y'all do. Because y'all did, like I said, at the end of the day, y'all don't have to do it. But welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host, Oops the Great. I figured to start the day off, because I'm shooting this at 6 a.m. That's how early. Look, I don't like mornings. But I realized how bad from a Kush Equilibrium standpoint yesterday went. So I got up and at it, man. So here I am at 6 a.m. getting this in so I can have to see y'all no later than like 9. If y'all don't get at least 3 videos, there's a problem. There's a serious problem. At least 3. But I found it's a good one to start the day off with. Something we could sink our teeth into. Today's topic is the one and only legendary to some, Lil Wayne. How many of y'all out there really excited for this Carter 6? I'm interested. Don't throw it in the comments if you excited about the Carter 6. If you excited by this project that Lil Wayne, I feel it's force feeding us. I don't know how many people really want it, but I feel it's force fed a little bit. But to each his own. I started out a Lil Wayne fan. Not so much now that I've gotten older, and I feel like I could look at the potential of a Lil Wayne better now at 41 than I could when he was in his prime and I was in my teens. You know what I'm saying? In my teens, early 20s, whatever the crap, you know. Yeah, I was in my late teens. I was born in 84, so I was about my late teens or whatever. But I appreciate y'all. Let me say it before we get to this video. I appreciate y'all pulling up to smoke with your boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We smoke and talk, man. We smoke and talk. So if you're smoking, light it up. If you're drinking, pour it up. We grown, so let's get to the business. And yes, I said drinking because even though it's 5, it's basically 6 o'clock in the morning. I know some of y'all. I got a lot of, especially my biker friends, especially my biker brothers and sisters who stumbling their way out the clubhouses. Go on, get home so y'all can watch this Kush Equilibrium. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't judging nothing. I know how we get down. If people really understood the life of a biker, it ain't for the the weak-hearted. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta have some things to you to be a biker. But let's get to this. Let's get to the business. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't need to say it, but I gotta say it because that's the thing that YouTube wants us to say. But like I said, I appreciate every like, comment, subscription, everything. So let's get to the business. About the company, man. He did another Cultures United, and y'all know I love the Culture Uniteds. I think I've only seen one that I really didn't jive with too much, and it was really because no, actually that wasn't a Culture United. That was something else. My bad. But so I've never seen a Culture United and I didn't get something from it. I learned something new every time. But this is a Culture United segment from the company, man. It's gonna be pinned in the description. We're going to react to about 15 minutes of it, roughly, because that's where they get to the meat and potatoes is around that 13-minute mark. So I don't want to watch too much of it because to watch this whole segment is like an hour, and I will have to smoke like 2 or 3 times to get through it, because I mean that's just how I get down. But let's get to it.
One of the artists that Dot's always been really inspired by is Lil Wayne, right? And he's talked about that quite a bit over the course of his career. Lil Wayne obviously got I guess a subtle shout out in the deposition. Probably Wayne and both Ye from that concert. And Lil Wayne also.
Did anybody take an issue with that? If you've watched here, you know I was a fan of that. I took it more of a Drake dig, and he just mimicked kind of the deposition that Lil Wayne had to do. I think it was more of a subliminal type thing with Drake than anything else. Because let's be honest, the way this lawsuit thing going, it's a good chance that whether he on tour or not, Dot might have to make a moment to do a deposition. Nobody's really had that conversation yet, but if it's a good chance we can get to that point where instead of sitting here talking about another tour date or new music or whatever the case may be, we could really be sitting here like, damn, Dot had to stop giving us good music to take care of legal proceedings. So keep that in mind.
Just did a Rolling Stone cover story, and at the same time, Wayne has a project coming June 6th, right? And so we've seen a lot of Lil Wayne over the past couple of weeks. I don't know how I feel about a Wayne project. Like, I'm a super Lil Wayne fan. I think
before they keep going, because I don't want to do a whole bunch of pauses once they really get to cooking. I want to get it out the way in advance before I start giving my takes on stuff. I started out a Lil Wayne fan. If I had to put a gun to my own head and pick a side, I would say for the most part, I'm still a Lil Wayne fan now. I have my fair share of issues. That's going to get explained throughout the video when they get to the part that makes it relevant. But I wanted to make sure y'all knew where I stood before I get to talking. Like, oh, no, homie talking out the side of his neck. What the fuck is he? Like, I wanted to be clear.
I think there's something a little bit distant from the Wayne that I used to love lyrically, or at least from the music that he's played, to where he is now. But I can't knock the fact that he's one of the top MCs ever, and there's always anticipation around when he drops. Do you guys have any thoughts about Lil Wayne's project that's coming out in 2025? And should we be able to expect something from someone who doesn't remember Watch the Throne and didn't know Not Like Us was a Drake diss track? What do we expect from a Lil Wayne project in 2025?
Yeah, don't fall for that.
Yeah,
He trolling. Like Wayne, I've interviewed Wayne. I spent time around Wayne. I love Wayne, man. I've interviewed him a bunch of times, and he is in his own world. He is very much in the bubble. Like that. There is a truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Think about how much he records. Also, he's been young since a young age, so he's been very much encapsulated and encased within the business. So he's not paying attention to the same stuff that we're paying attention to, absolutely. But I don't believe for a second that he didn't know Watch the Throne happened, especially when he responded to, on his good, he responded to Jay-Z. Jay-Z had a line on him, baby money, you got baby money. And then Wayne responded to that line. You know what I'm saying?
How much you like your lady money.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And
my fault that, Rob.
And not like us. I mean, the line, hey, Drake, I heard you like him young. How you don't know that's this record? So I think there's truth to it. And then I think it's a bit of trolling right now, but it gets the people talking. And I want this project to be good. I want to see our legends grow and go out on top. I want that for Nas. I want that for Jay. I want that for Wayne. These guys laid the foundation. Like I said before, even a guy like that, no matter where him and Wayne may be, who knows? That's between them. Wayne said they're good. You stand on the shoulders of the ones that came before you, and that's always giving it up. You know what I'm saying? And there's very few artists as influential to it.
I feel like that part goes underspoken or overlooked. Like Kendrick got has real love and affinity and appreciation for Lil Wayne. I get some of you out there don't appreciate your own mama, so you might not understand. But on several occasions, he's acknowledged that Lil Wayne is a pillar or cornerstone to today's hip hop. I got a little issue with that slightly, and like I said, I'll get to that. But when it came out and everybody got to, oh look, he did a Lil Wayne, it grew legs so fast. It grew legs so fast, and so many Kendrick fans was like, wait, what? Did y'all not hear how he started that line? How did we get here? That whole Lil Wayne, Kendrick, man, that was all fugazi. It was never, I will say, in the midst of battle, I had about 24 to 48 hours where I went super Kendrick. Like, anybody can get this smoke. What you want me to do? Like, I'm a West Coast fan, and the West Coast energy is like, it has always been, everybody can get it. It don't matter who you name from the West Coast that was supposed to be the West Coast representative. Their underlining message in everything they did. Who want it? We got a problem? We got a problem? And I love that energy. So that's the primary reason why West Coast has always been my thing. But I wanted to make sure I say that, like, everybody kind of played that a little, made that bigger than what it was. And I'll include myself in that. I'm gonna be fair.
Generation as Lil Wayne has been. It's not just Kendrick, it's an entire generation. So I have no expectation, like, because I don't want to be let down. But I want this shit to be ill. I'm rooting for Wayne. I want Wayne to go out on top.
I mean, for people who aren't aware about this project, Wyclef is heavily producing this. They're working together on this project, which I think could lean into some different songwriting. That's what this Rolling Stone feature talked about. And there's some unexpected collaborations. I think there's an opera singer that's supposed to be on this that Wayne's excited about. Head crack. Yeah. What do you think about Wayne right now? And do you think that this is something that people want to hear? Or that you want to hear, rather? Excuse me.
Wayne will always come off the bench, on feature records with some bars where you're like, God damn, he still got it. You know what I mean? And that gets me excited as a person who likes rap for the sake of rappity rap. I love to hear mixtape or feature type Wayne. I think in order for him, because we also have to set our expectations as to what does success look like for Lil Wayne in 2025, 2026 when you've achieved all the things you've achieved. Because shoot, when you look at the attention span of people will love an album for a weekend, maybe a second weekend, and then they're moving on to the next thing. You know, we're not measuring.
He not lying. I to some degree started to measure my own attention span. Like, is my attention fleeting? Like as we sit here on the 24th, I can without equivocation say I'm still rocking GNX. I can't tell you the last time I rocked with an album that long. Now, with that being said, I got a lot of Rayvon. I'm playing a lot of Rayvon. Big X the Plug. It's a lot of that in there. Well, I love the West Coast. I'm from the Midwest. I'm literally up the road from Detroit. So there's T Grizzly stay in the rotation. I have my consistent stoner stuff. So, well, Wiz Khalifa, Currency, them two get played more than probably anybody. Cause I smoke throughout the day. So I listen to my music is picked based on my mood. So if I'm smoking, I'm probably looking. I like stuff that I could just type in a name and just hit play. And I know whatever come up, I'm a rock with it. I'm lazy with my music in a way. Man, I got whole playlists. And my playlist really don't be for me. It be for people at the clubhouse because I don't like people taking too long to find songs in my phone. So we all pick our music differently. So if you got like a little unique way you pick your music, I wouldn't mind knowing. I'm curious how everybody else pick their music. Do you pick your music based on, hey, it's not on the charts, I ain't messing with it. It's not popular, I'm not messing with it. If it don't sound a certain way, I'm messing with it. Or you got certain artists, like I rock with these couple little artists. Outside of them, I don't mess with nobody else. Are you somebody who just refused to take in new music? Like I tried to take in that Cardi music, that Cardi album. I did. I couldn't. It's not for me. And I'm not. I've learned to not judge it. You can't. We just can't judge. If it's not for you, you won't have really a right to judge it. That's like a man judging tampons, bro. That ain't even for you. Why you trying to tell me something? You judging tampons? You don't like hey, there's absorbency in this ain't exactly what it needs. Nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? We can't judge what ain't for us.
Things with the same metrics. So what kind of cultural impact can some of the records that he, releases have? What's memeable? So the kids will TikTok to it or whatever. Or even with the Wyclef component, I mean, hopefully this will expand his sound and get him to a point where maybe he can make some international sounding records, but I'm sure his core fans are going to hate that. So it's one of those you damned if you do, damned if you don't things if you Lil Wayne. And I think he's put enough time and equity into the business where he can try everything. And he should try everything.
That's where I'm at with him a little bit. As far as what he is or isn't going to give us, and I'll tell you what I want. We got a couple more minutes. But I will agree with that. Once you've been around so long and had years of at least what the industry would consider or the fans would consider elite, once you get to this age, and you on some creative, I want to try something new thing, as a fan, I'm going to be honest, because that's what this show is built on. As a fan, I don't want that shit. As a fan, I don't want that. But you done gave me enough for an extended period of time to where it's like, I don't have a choice but to really let you be creative. You might give me something new that my ears like, hey, I can rock with that. And listen, I listen to Thundercat. You know, Thundercat will give you something completely out of left field. You like, where you get that sound from? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like my ears are tuned in a way to where I'm not willing to accept new sounds, or even we'll go as far as strange sounds. The Thundercat negates some strange sounds. You have to be willing to go back and play it again, and then play it again to mess with it. I say the weed helps you open your mind and shit like that. That's why I like having conversations like this. What I built the show on, while I'm smoking, because when you smoke, you be willing to open your mind and stuff in a way that when you not, you might be a little more rigid. You might be a little less open to or receptive to new and different things. So with Lil Wayne, all right. I mean, it's not like we can stop him. So it's not like we can stop him. So it's like, all right. As a fan, do I tune in to this new because you going in a new direction, or do I tune out because you're not giving me what I want? I've already made the decision to tune in. My expectations, though, we'll talk about my expectations in a minute, but we're gonna let this ride for a couple minutes.
And just see what stokes his interest and makes him excited. I mean, that's what I would like to hear, because he's proved to us he can rap for mad years. What else do you want from him?
The last time I remember Wyclef working with a super MC, I'm not sure how well that worked out.
Are we talking cannabis?
Big shout out to cannabis.
Cannabis?
I'm talking about the cannabis, man. I think cannabis career would have had a completely different trajectory if it wasn't for Wyclef at that point in time. But read my soul. What do you think about this Wayne project? Your class of 03, as you mentioned, class of 03 anticipating this. You had to go up in debates against people talking about Wayne while you had your Lloyd Banks CD.
Oh yeah, I was a hunger for more guy. Like in the documentary, like you couldn't tell me nothing. Like nothing Wayne was doing was going against that. But over time, I've learned to really love Wayne, and I think that the last project that he did, which I'm going to count, was the Carter 5, and that was one of my favorite Wayne projects in a long time. It had like Let It All Work Out, where he kind of explained some of his story. Right, we been begging Wayne and Nicki to talk about their life. He actually talked about him getting shot and all of that different stuff. So I really appreciate that, and I think he caught one with the Swiss song. Where the funds go. Yeah. Had all the white girls doing the Harlem Shake all over the world. Like to the point where I did it. They was like, you doing the white girls? I'm like, no, I'm from this is the real Harlem Shake. But that was the last time he caught one, and and for me, I think he did like Funeral. He did like a few other projects between that I don't really count. But that was the last Carter project. And to me, it was good. So I'm excited. I feel as though his steam was taken out a little bit with him not getting the Super Bowl. It kind of seems like he paired that together and it just didn't happen for him.
Real quick, we gotta stop. One thing you're not gonna feed me is some steam, some wind got took out of his sails because of the Super Bowl. This is a clear-cut already established man. One thing that should be said that ain't been said in Lil Wayne's favor is that Lil Wayne is in a position in his career. Let's be honest. Did he really need the Super Bowl? Would it have really done anything for him? If there's ever a made man, it's Lil Wayne. That man's spot in the history books is stamped already. What are we talking about here? Kendrick needed that Super Bowl more, and I'm a Kendrick fan. And that might sound like a slight to Kendrick, but hear me out. Kendrick is the one that was in a position to where everybody was looking like, you got enough to be king? Can you really, can you take the crown? And even after he got it, people was looking around. Now what you gonna do with it? You know how to wear that thing? You know, this is come on, let's be honest. This is how people was talking about it. A big part of what's making this year so exciting is us being able to see for ourselves after asking all these questions about Kendrick and his ability to lead hip hop. We get to see it now. The tour dates are here. More music is coming out. It looked like he trying to really be outside. So we gonna really get a gauge for Kendrick fucking Lamar. Lil Wayne didn't need that. He stamped already. He gonna go down, if nothing else, that is the mixtape king. King. It ain't too many people where you be like, yo, this ain't no slight on the albums. Let me get the mixtape. I think some of his greatest work was on mixtapes. And that ain't no slight on the Carters. Although I don't, for the most part, I don't really go past the Carter 2. I feel like once you get past the Carter 2, I gotta think about skips. You give me too many skips, it's gonna rub me the wrong way. I feel like that also plays into why I'm playing with GNX so much as I am right now. Like, there's no skips. Again, I always try to admit, Gloria, it's not exactly, it's the one song on there. I'm glad Gloria went where it went. Because if Gloria been placed somewhere else in the order of the album, it probably would have gave me a skip. But because Gloria's at the end and it's just enough to where it's like, all right, I'll let it ride. Gloria put anywhere else in that album, I have to put it as one skip, which is still fucking good. Let me be clear. I'm willing to take about 4 skips, maybe 3 skips. And maybe it kind of depends on how close the skips is together. Like if I got to skip twice back to back and then I could play a couple and maybe do one more skip, I'm not too mad. I'm more wishing that you would have did the order of the album differently, but 3 skips ain't nothing to trip off of.
So I'm excited to see what he does, like Head Rock and
It's gonna be
Head Crack. Sorry, Head Crack said to get people's attention. I want to see like what he does. What does he do? Something deep? Does he do something poppy? So I think I'm always gonna be interested in Wayne. And you said Wyclef, but the last time he was on stage with Wyclef was like the last really good Wayne like freestyle where he was like,
"That Ready or Not?"
Yeah, Prize and Wyclef. That joint was hard.
Yeah.
And if that was off the top, I was like that was impressive. So I'm excited to see what Wayne gonna do. I can never count Wayne out. I give him grace. I always give Wayne grace because he's been famous for so long. So with all of the I don't remember and stuff like that, I kind of just be like,
and that's true.
Yeah, he been famous.
You genuinely don't be knowing. Rob know damn well that motherfucker is crazy. People think he might know the song, but he will not know Watch the Throne. Like he just different, bro. Like I used to watch him all the time, and I'd be like, this motherfucker don't know nothing going on, nothing. All he do is rap, watch sports, and drink tea, and rap and smoke.
I'm not buying that. Y'all heard what he listened, and I fuck with Glasses. Glasses give us, look, I got a review that I was supposed to do for Glasses a while ago, but I got caught up in some other shit. But yeah, we gonna get to that. We gonna put a pin in that. Put a pin in that.
That's the same repetition. So I remember when the stuff first came out, and I said when the stuff happened where he tweeted the little stuff at Dot, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, he didn't hear the song. And everybody's like, well, how you know that? I'm like, dog, if you know him, bro, he did not hear the song. Somebody came and told him, hey, Doc got you in the song, and kind of said what he said. And this is where I think, you know, him and his career is a little different, because prime him, he wouldn't even said nothing. But this version of him is going to tweet, right? He's going to tweet something, but he really won't have an understanding. And I told everybody, I said, you're going to notice as soon as he heard the song. You're going to notice it, because he's going to say, I'm sorry. I remember, I think I told Kurt that he's going to say, I'm sorry. As soon as he hears the song, he'll be like, oh, I'm tripping, my bad. And everybody, I'm like, bro, but the type of delusion, like, to be great that it takes, bro, that's how I first saw it. I didn't see it before. That was the first time I saw somebody where they had no real nut, like they was just here. Like we just be in the studio all the time. And we're not playing nothing else. Like he'd be just loading up features, bro, just random features from who are these people? He just knock them out and they just sending them back. I just never saw no shit like that. So I'm one of the few now, people say I give him grace, but just knowing him and watching him work, like he's one of the most authentic and genuine people I know, you know what I mean, by far. So I know he's never been a liar. I never in my life seen him to be a liar. Nothing he ever told me was a lie. He always been straight up. Even how I started, you know, writing lyrics in my head. Like he said something to me that really 9 out of 10 people I'd have punched their ass upside the fucking face for. He's like, man, you still write your lyrics? I'm writing my lyrics in the sidekick for a song. And he's like, you still writing your lyrics down? Damn, you don't even smoke weed, and just walked off. Like that shit was like, what, nigga? You know what I mean? And it just made me stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he is. He's a very authentic and genuine person. So I never known him to be a full of shit nigga. You know what I mean? He's not gonna lie. So I know, and that's true. I do know him. But he ain't never been a liar. So when he's saying it, I'm like, that's probably true. I can see him not knowing about the Washington Throne, hearing a song, because these are the biggest songs in the world, hearing a song and not caring what they came from. But that was cool. That's how he is. Oh, that's cool.
He might have forgot though, because wasn't they talking about him and Drake doing the album at that same time?
Right.
Well, Rob, he actually
might have forgot.
He had a freestyle where he says, she said she wanted to watch something. I told her anything but the throne. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so he says something. Now, two things can be true. I think that Wayne really be high. I think he be high. He be high, and he might live in that bubble. As far as like what I think about Wayne, I'm always rooting for him too. Like we the same age. I watched him grow up in this game before I was in the game, and I'm always happy for him. We got the same name, but Wayne has done everything. Like musically, he's done everything. What I'd like to see him do is start going back to how he was with Manny Fresh and going with one producer. I would love to hear Wayne and Only Alchemist.
No, Wayne and Manny Fresh.
No, but they've done that already. I would love to hear Wayne
and Manny Fresh.
What I'd like to see everything. Like musically, I was in the growing for him too. Like we the same age. I watched him grow up in this game before I was in the game, and I'm always happy for him. We got the same name, but Wayne has done everything. Like musically, he's done everything. What I'd like to see him do is start going back to how he was with Manny Fresh and going with one producer. I would love to hear Wayne and Only Alchemist.
No, Wayne and Manny Fresh.
No, but they've done that already. I would love to hear Wayne and Alchemist, because Nothing On Me is one of my favorite joints ever, and I think it's one of Alchemist's like it's one of them obscure beats that there's no other beat you could compare that beat to. And I just would love to hear Wayne just rapping on that type of stuff. But it's like, I don't know what to expect because he's done everything. So it's interesting to see how he's going to attack it.
I mean, I think there's a lot of room for him to like, you know, be more well-rounded from a content standpoint too, to be honest. You know, I think that's another thing, especially as we think about this newfound interest or energy around broader conversations that can take place on records. Like I've been listening to the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 back to back for the past 2 weeks, basically. Just going back to these two phenomenal albums. And I love rap for the rap, rappity rap for rap's sake. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But one thing that his catalog does lack severely are songs of gravity. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's, I think at some point there's got to be more than toilet, bathroom, dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the shit metaphors. he got more ways to talk about. He got more bars about.
Well, I'll give my opinions. I try to be. I don't want to say fair because every channel you go to, they gonna say I'm trying to be fair, bro. I'm trying. Look, I try to give an opinion based on the viewpoints of how I live my life, how I go about shit. Maybe it's enough of y'all who are similar in that way to where you understand what I'm talking about. The thing that makes Kendrick dope, and I know we're talking about Lil Wayne, but it goes together because it goes across all the music. What I'm about to say, the thing that makes Kendrick dope for a lot of us, but specifically me, he kind of represents an awakening mentally. Because everything in the world seemed to have been, it's like they going about dumbing down every fucking thing. To where if you are a person that has some sort of intellect about you, it made life boring in a way. And it's really hard to explain because we go about life talking down to people so they fucking understand what you're talking about. Like, and a big issue that a lot of us said we were having with this whole Kendrick and Drake thing, and I promise you this is gonna get back to Lil Wayne. The issue a lot of us were saying, I can't say all, but a lot of us were saying is why we gravitated to Kendrick is because I can grow old with this nigga. Pause, because I know some of y'all might take that a weird way. As I go through my life and experience different shit and get older and see different shit and like that evolution of life, I feel pretty confident in knowing that I'm going to get the evolution of life in Kendrick Lamar music. At 41, I don't want to hear about the shit that I was listening to or a motherfucker was talking about when I was fucking 19, 20. I'm not living that life no more. I'm not in the club like that. Well, for me, it's a little different because as a banker, I go to functions and shit. But man, my old lady, she in it with me. But like with Drake, like everything felt like it was for a woman, to get a woman, about a woman, or something. Like I'm not that type of man to walk around obsessed about women. Don't get me wrong. Now if I see some bunyanyans, look, hey, all right, but with Lil Wayne, I feel like if I had to answer the question, if I wanted an album, I really don't want a Lil Wayne album. I prefer to get Lil Wayne features, to be honest. I prefer to get Lil Wayne features or other people projects. And I'm good with that. He go in there, he rip it, he out the way. To get a whole Lil Wayne album, right? I can't be hypocritical. So a part of me has kind of got an eye turned up to this whole new concept of what he may be trying to do. Like, okay, maybe we about to really see grown up, clear-minded, give me an album that shows me that you clear in thought. Like your mind is not leaned out. That's the best way I could put it. That's the best way I could put it. Because if you look at this, the videos we've been getting about how he performing and like his health is kind of semi in question. Like we know what that pro meth do. So if it erodes the brain, nobody else want to talk about this. We got to. We got love for Wayne. We got to talk about it. If that stuff do is the type of damage that it say it does, that people tell us it does, and he been doing this for years, heavy for years, you can't undo erosion. Ain't no push up, chin up, none of that. Undoing erosion mentally. Like, and the stuff he be saying and doing is not like a weed delay. Like, y'all sit here and watch me go off on a tangent about something. We was talking about something that come with the weed, and that's cool because I know while y'all watching me, there's gonna be pockets of this y'all not even gonna remember, and that's cool too. Remember the good shit, throw away the bad. Appreciate you. That's like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because you only gonna remember the good. But knowing his history with that, this was troubling me because I question it. Is he even capable of giving us some replayable project? And I hate that I'm at that point with Lil Wayne too. I got to be like, is it playable? That's part one. Is it playable? Here go part two. And it's the important part. If you Lil Wayne and the standard is the same, everybody heard the standard is standard. That's that Pittsburgh Steelers shit. And I hate him. I'm a Browns fan, but I fuck with Mike Tomlin. So that's that Mike Tomlin line. It's not a Pittsburgh thing. Just in case there's a Browns fan out there saying I'm switching up. Nah, I'm good. We got Joe Flacco back. The standard is the standard. So if we going by that premise, that means if he dropped this album, it needs to have replayability. And I need no more than 3 skips. The standard is the standard, bro. I don't know what y'all want me to say. The standard is standard. Give me 13 tracks. Don't give me no short one. More 12 to 15 tracks. No more than 3 skips. How them skips come, I don't care. But no more than 3 skips. And I need to be able to replay it. That's my criteria is real life criteria, bro. Got no 5 mics or stars and nothing. Look, that's what it is. Now, if y'all got some different ways of judging y'all music, throw it out there. Do it now while you high, though, because you say I'm gonna leave a comment. Damn, I can't talk. Crazy work. I'm gonna leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? When I get done with the video, you could type and smoke. If you can't type and smoke, I want to know what type of weed you're smoking. I mean, you smoking some. You got the pack. Like, I take weed referrals and whatnot. Like, hey, go pull up the. That's if you in like the Midwest. Don't send me that. In Cali, we got. Send me that in June, because I'll be in Vegas in June for about 9 days. And I said I was gonna pop into Cali. All right, let me play this out because I'm like 2 minutes away.
the bathroom than anybody else.
But he still got joints like I Miss My Dogs. When
I'm a Carter One guy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you got to go back to the Carter
That's the
One.
only Carter I really would ever play. I wouldn't even play no other Carters.
It's a long time. It's a very long time.
I want to hear that. I hated Hustler.
Carter was my favorite Wayne song of all time.
I
was going through it at the time, not on some street shit, but like working the job, trying to figure it out.
That's crazy work for anybody. Hey, hustler music. Like if that wasn't one of the most motivational. You start your day with that in the blunt. You going to work, and you don't like your job. Shout out to you for going to work and getting your money on. But yeah, you don't like that job, but you just bills got to get paid, kids got to get fed, all that good stuff. Can't buy the Henny without the check. So you know what I'm saying? You put that on, and then you get your little you put some flame to that. That combination should keep you employed for at least 3 to 5 years. Like it buy you 3 to 5 years of working at a job you don't like, because after a while, you can't. It get harder to smoke it away and massage it. Like this job ain't that bad. Like you be done snapped out by then.
And the stress of raising the family and just
that music got you through.
I love that record. But the other thing I say about Wayne, and I know a lot of people are down on Wyclef, like I just won't judge anything until I hear it. Because look, I'm gonna bring it right back to Dot. I know everybody here love Dot. Oh, the internet talked bad when that damn track list released and they saw U2 on it and they said, man, what the fuck is this? And that shit turned out to be fire. Like so I don't judge nobody track list until I hear it. So yeah, whatever. I'm shooting Wayne Bell, like benefit of the doubt until I hear it. And if it ain't that, then it ain't that. But I'm holding out hope.
I like one here.
I like
not doing it.
Oh, my bad, Glass. Go
ahead. You done. I'll say I'm the only one here not shooting Bell for that. What did Wayne do when he heard fucking Wayne's girl when he was in jail? That's conniving. He was like, must be another Wayne. Must be Wayne Brady. What does he do when he's... The thing about Wayne that I love and I enjoy about his lyrics...
You're not about to tell me my name was in a song prior to the line that everybody wanted to make a big deal about. And he ain't know. I know when my name is in somebody's mouth and I'm in the house. Like, so I'm not buying. I'm not buying that. I got a theory. I still gotta give you my theory. Damn. We're gonna let Curtis finish and then I'm gonna give you my theory before I forget. Cause I'm high. And I want y'all to hear my theory, bro. Y'all done sat here and watched this long. Y'all might as well get it. You know what I'm saying?
Is his attention to detail and his ultra awareness of the time he's in and the things that are around him, the references that he makes, the connections that he makes, the flips to the words and the stories that he tells. Everything I keep hearing is how aloof he is. So you kind of putting a little bit of a damper every time I hear about the way that I start seeing more so, and this is no disrespect to him and the people that he's around, but I start seeing the storyline of a child actor more than I see the storyline of the rapper that I came to be a fan of. And that's the part that I feel detached from. So when I hear new music, I'm still coming off, and I'm very biased, of course, when it comes to anything dealing with Kendrick. The way he played this situation out was embarrassing. As a fan first, seeing him try to siphon the energy a week before the Super Bowl, and to say, I got an announcement I gotta make. And the announcement was a lotion commercial announcing his album. Like, that shit was so disappointing. Like, you know, aside from relationship, just as a fan.
Wasn't the catchphrase for that commercial? Because everybody get a little sensitive. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit. That's why I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. I hate the way Lil Wayne played that. I hate the way Lil Wayne played. We're gonna talk about this little part and we're gonna get up out of here. Because I'm almost finished smoking, and I'm not about to smoke another one. Y'all be having him having me in here smoking. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna smoke through a live. I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I think for lives, I'm gonna have to like get a pen or something. You can't tell me Lil Wayne ain't play that wrong. For one, how was that not the most sensitive, most moist moment of Lil Wayne's career? This is the same dude that took, while Jay-Z was on top, told him, I'm about to take you off the top, and then took him off the top. He Babe Ruthed Jay-Z. That's flat. This Wyclef part, I don't really understand why I have an issue with it, because Wyclef has a sound that I fuck with. Yeah, I fuck with Thundercat. I listen to Pink Floyd. I'm like, I got a pretty wide-ranging sound I'm willing to accept. I don't accept that rage. I don't accept that. I don't the drill. I'm not much on the drill. I didn't say I don't listen to drill. I mean, it might represent maybe 5% of my music consumption. It's usually because of the company I keep more often than not. Like, I accept it enough to listen to it because that's their get down. But Lil Wayne, it's like, I don't know if that through them. I'm trying to picture a Wyclef sound with a Lil Wayne like flow. It could be dope. I'm gonna be honest. I could be sitting here tripping, but I feel like so I'm questioning. I guess to wrap this up, right? I guess what I'm ultimately questioning is his flow. Do he still have that same thing that once upon a time made him the greatest rapper? Like, I've already explained this in other videos. My ultimate complaint about Lil Wayne is he could have had, I think, a better career and a longer career had he left Cash Money. I'ma always believe that. Because if that had happened, I wouldn't be sitting here with as many questions. I don't think so. I wouldn't be questioning if he has even the mental capacity to do it. I'm disappointed in most of that panel, though, in a way, because it sounded like everybody kept dodging I mean, y'all can go back and watch it. I mean, it's going to obviously be pinned in the description. But when we mention artists, we need to make sure we mention them the right way. And I get, like, we don't be wanting to put each other's flaws out there, but we got to be honest, because that's part of the story. It's part of Wayne and his double cup history. You can't not mention it. He chose that, and I don't understand why are we trying to overlook that, because I believe that affects what we got later down the line. I think Wiz gonna be around forever. He don't do nothing but smoke weed, work out, and eat dope ass meals. Hey, if y'all check out, he be having a vlog. If you fuck with Wiz, man, he lived the life that I eventually really want to get myself towards, where it's like you're not stressing the everyday life, and you really living. And I'm gonna get there, but because of the lifestyle that Wiz Khalifa lives, I believe he's gonna give us more hits for a longer amount of time, which is ultimately what I want as a fan. Let's be honest, we're selfish as fans. How long can you feed me what I want? The lifestyle Wiz Khalifa living, he gonna give us music till he fucking 50, 60 years old. Like he do like the MMA training, and like he got me to where I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily have to be a fat ass, don't it? Pause. So now I'm back. Like, all right, I guess I gotta go to the gym, man. You know what I'm saying? Be a healthier pothead. But that part of the Wayne story is probably the biggest thing I have. That's like, can he do it? We're talking, well, let's say 12 tracks, right? Twelve tracks. That means I need nine songs I can listen to. Out of that 9, we talking maybe 5. If I can get 5 that I genuinely fuck with, like I'll type it in the box to play these songs. That 5. And then if maybe 2 out of the 5, 1 out of the 5 makes it to the point where it's like I was always talking about, the song that you put on before you pull out your parking spot when you leave the house. If you got like one song and make it to that? Like, this is how I pick music. I don't feel like these are overly technical fucking things. This is like real life shit. I pick scenarios in life that it fits. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird like that. But again, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all pulling up and smoking with me, man. I really do. Did I smoke that whole thing though? I think I did. Or I knocked it over, dropped it. Damn, I lost it. I think I smoked it all. Fuck it. Oh, quick tip. I'm gonna give y'all a quick tip. This is not even sponsored, but I be wanting to share my little whatevers for lazy smokers. They got, look, I fuck with these unbleached zigzag cones. Fire. El Fuego. I mean, I still rock my hemp elements, but I don't always be wanting to sit here and roll up, especially 2-3. You do 2-3-4 shows a day. Look, I'll blow through these papers. Y'all be wearing my papers out, but it's all right. I'm about to get like a subscription box. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to order this week, if not next week, a subscription box that's gonna keep the show full of little papers and all the little accoutrement we need to smoke with. You know, they give you like a little little glass. They give you all kind of little knickknacks or whatever. I'm thinking about doing a hemper box, and then I'll do a hemper box for you on the show, and then I'll keep a little basket of all the shit we get and collect or whatever. So that's gonna be a little something, a little stoner wise that we gonna do together. What else I got? The live. Y'all got me over 100. Y'all did it Yeah, I did it. I got me over 100. So we marching towards 200. So I don't know what I'm gonna do once we hit 200, but I'm gonna get the live going. Give me at least 1 week to get the live going, because I'm going to use a completely different setup to record. Like I currently use Riverside to do this, and then I edit it afterwards. But for a live, I can't do that. So I'm getting everything set up to get the live going, and that way my graphics and everything else still look the way I want it to look, because that's important to me. I want y'all to feel like I put some kind of production into my shit. Like I didn't just record a video and then threw it on YouTube and said fuck it. I really do sit here, I really do put hours in, and the shit gonna only get better. I already want to replace some shit that I see that I need to do. Like quick little thing before we go. Like this mic, I really want to get rid of this mic for a minute. It's a good mic. But because of my voice and the way I move around, the sound is straight from the top on this mic. Whereas I for what I do in my voice type, I need something that catches audio from the sides or whatever. So I'm on it, man. This ain't no shit that is gonna be thrown together. It's real dollars. It's a real investment. I really do this on my own. I'm a one-man show for the most part. But I appreciate y'all, man, for pulling up and smoke with your boy. But this was Kush Equilibrium. And I was Oops the Great, and I did that out of order. See, look, we share these high moments together. It's cool. I said that backwards. I'm going to do it again because we're not ending like that. Okay. I'm Oops the Great. This was Kush Equilibrium. I appreciate y'all pulling up and smoke with your boy. I'll get at you.